All right, hey, hello everyone. It's me and Profesor here. And first off, you're probably wondering, where is he? Where is El Profesor? Usually he's either there in his office or maybe he's going to be outside, and one of his fuzzy friends is going to be rambunctious and knocking things over. But actually, I'm doing something different. This is the this is among the first times I'm using the software. This is the Camtasia software, and this is a software that I picked up from a workshop that the San Diego district had at the Miramar College campus, in which I learned how to use this software in which I can record the events, the things that are on the screen, and not have to worry about using all my various Apple devices to film myself and then turn the device. Excuse me. Turn the device, especially if it was my iPad. So oftentimes, what I would always do with with these types of videos is I would record myself with the iPad, and then if I wanted to show something on the computer, whether it was my MacBook or whether it was my iMac, I would tilt the iPad to the screen. So it worked, but it was definitely something that wasn't very efficient. And I've been wanting to do Camtasia for quite a while, so fortunately I got the opportunity last semester. And I just completed one video for the History 109 class. It seemed to come out okay. So I'm hoping that the same thing will unfold for this class here. All right. Well, what I want to do for you for these next few minutes is tell you how to do the discussion forum portion for the Daughter of Fortune project. And as you know, there's two stages to it. There's the discussion portion, and of course the video component. I'll say a lot more about the video component when we get closer toward the due date. I'll have a separate video on what you need to do, but but I've got the class queued up, and what I do is I have my excuse me, got a frog. Get some coffee or some tea, but what I have here is my Blackboard student account. So all the instructors at Grossmont, when they use Blackboard, they get two accounts. They get the instructor account, and of course, when you're contacting me and message for Professor, definitely always make sure you choose Oscar Cañedo instructor, because if you just choose plain old Oscar Cañedo, that goes to my student account. Excuse me, sorry everybody. That goes to my student account, and that's an account that I rarely get into. So so definitely for the rapid responses or to make sure that I see your message, make sure you choose Oscar Cañedo instructor. But I have my Oscar Cañedo student account queued up, and of course here's what the class looks like with the announcement. So the announcement from yesterday, Wednesday, and of course the preview video I posted on Tuesday. And this is the old Daughter Fortune video that I made for the History 108 class last fall. Excuse me, sorry everybody, that really bad this evening. Um, but okay, so all right, okay, yeah, I think I finally cleared that frog out. So what I'm going to do right now is to show you how to use the discussion portion. And right now, all of you, when you go into your Blackboard, and of course you see the course menu. If you notice down here toward the bottom, you'll see the groups that you're in, and I arrange everybody by alphabetical order. So roughly everybody who's in the first third of the alphabet, that is by your last name, you're in group 1. The middle third of the alphabet, you're in group 2, and of course everyone at the tail end of the alphabet. So that's everybody with last names with W, Z, S, T, you're all in group 3. And what I did was I made for myself an account, or I put my student account into the class. So I essentially have two roles in group 1, as of course the instructor, the one overseeing everything, and also as a participant as well. So what we'll do right now is and this video, of course, applies to everybody in the class, but I'm going to focus in on group 1. So everyone who's in group 1, definitely pay closer attention to this, and I'll show you what you have to do. But again, the topic, the information that I'm presenting here works for all three groups. So what we'll do is let's go ahead and go into group 1 and see what that's all about. Let's click this, and you notice how it expands. So there's different There's different sections here. So, of course, group discussion board. That's the main thing that all three groups are going to be focusing in on. Try saying that 10 times fast. And each group is going to focus on 7 chapters of Daughter Fortune. So, for example, group 1, you'll focus in on chapters 1, 4, 7, 10, 13, 16, and 19. And of course, the same pattern for groups 2 and 3. So of course, for group 2, you work on chapters 2, 5, 8, 11, etc. And likewise for group 3, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. You get the idea. And before we get into the actual discussion board itself, let's take a quick look at the group homepage. The group homepage has the list for for everyone who's in the group. So everyone from Muhammad to Sean, that's the last names A through H. You're all in group 1, and there of course is my name. That is my student account name. Oh, the other feature that I want to call attention to real quickly is something called file exchange. So from time to time, and I know that's going to be the case here for chapter 1 of Daughter of Fortune, I do have a PDF file that I want to include as part of the optional readings to give you a sense of what's happening in Chile as the story is unfolding. So I think there'll only be about maybe 2 or 3 chapters that'll do that. But for sure, right off the bat, group 1, as you're working on chapter 1, I will have a PDF copy that I'll include. So I'll attach that into the file exchange area very, very soon. So for sure, by the end of this week, into the weekend, I'll have that ready. But the main thing I need to talk about today, of course, is another feature, group send emails. So if you want to communicate with each other, so let's say Muhammad, you have a question, maybe there was a comment that Jesse made about something that happened in chapter 4, and you just wanted to confirm with Jesse or just double check on a specific point. So Muhammad, you can contact Jesse just by using the send email feature right here. And of course, make sure that your email accounts that are linked to Blackboard are working, and your email server doesn't think that this is a spam that this is a spam coming from Blackboard. Okay, all right, so, but the main feature, the big feature I need to talk about is the group discussion board. So let me go ahead and click group discussion board, and let's go ahead and see what we have here. All right, right off the bat, group 1, you have 7 forms here. And again, these correspond to every 3 chapters or in groups of 3. So again, chapter 1, chapter 4, chapter 7, all the way down to chapter 19. Oh, and one weird thing that happens with Blackboard is that this shouldn't say Group 1. This should say Chapter 1, Eliza. What Isabel Allende does is she names the chapters. She doesn't really name the chapters by number. So you have to look carefully in the book and go through each chapter to figure out what chapter it is. So I did that for you already. And of course, I list the pages in the right there in the syllabus and the schedule actually. So this should actually read chapter 1, Eliza. I keep fixing it, but it keeps getting changed. But I'll just keep fixing it ad nauseum until the end of until we're finished with the Daughter of Fortune readings. But again, this should read chapter 1, not group 1. Okay, so what happens now is that as you are getting started with a reading, and I think by this point in time, right now, everybody, all 3 groups, you already have the reading set, so it's already chapters 1 through 3 from the book. So go ahead and get going on that right now if you haven't done so already. I know I told you earlier in the week to hold off on this, so now would be a good time to go ahead and start getting going on the Daughter of Fortune readings. Now, what I have here for chapter 1 is a series of 10 questions. And what I mentioned here is that I want everybody in this group to post at least 5 comments inside this form. Now, what I mean by comments is 2 different things. The first comment is what I call original comments or original remarks. Basically, what that is that's when you choose a question from 1 to 10. And you're going to write in the discussion board your answer, your thoughts, your perspective, your ideas about the question, of course. Not only answer the question directly, but give me some more thought about it. What do you think is happening here? What did you think about the situation? And if you can, how it really connects to California history. We're not really having those connections right now, but as we get further and further with the Rawls and Bean readings, then I think we'll see more of a connection. Then we will see more of a connection between um, between the scope of California history and the scope of the story. Um, Now these due dates, this Sunday, February 15th due date. So I'm giving you an extra week. So the readings are for this week, but you have until next week. That is the week of February, I think that's February 9th to the 13th. You have that week to go ahead and write your answers, to write your comments. But I give you some extra time, so until Sunday the 15th, you can go and post your answers. And of course, that's a holiday. So if you want to even wait until after the President's holiday weekend to post your answers, that's fine too. But I just have Sunday, February 15th to try to keep a continuity of Sunday due dates, because uh, Sundays will be the due dates for your comments. That is your original comments. So again, original comments means that is you choose one question and you write a detailed answer to that question. Now the other four comments are your replies, your responses. Those are where you write back to people. So for example, let's take group one again. Let's say that Amanda chooses question 6. She writes a good answer to question 6. She talks about Allende's literary device. Amanda says that she thought this was a great device, a great idea. It shows that Allende's perspective of time is really different than the Anglo-American conception of time. Blah blah blah. You get the idea. So let's say Amanda writes that, and what Amanda writes, that's her original comment. Now what happens is, let's say Jesse comes in. And Jesse looks at what Amanda wrote, and Jesse says, and Jesse replies to Amanda, "That's great, Amanda, but I felt differently. I didn't like the device that Allende had. It was too erratic. It was too up and down. You really couldn't tell where she was going with that." So what's happening here, everybody, is that when Amanda writes her answer to question 6, that's an original comment. But when Jesse responds to what Amanda says, that's a reply. So again, what you do in the form is that you post 5 comments. Again, one of them being your original comment, and then the other 4, at least 4, those are your replies to others in the group. Okay, and one note about due dates. Sunday, February 15th, that's the time when I want your original comments. But in terms of your replies, your responses, you can wait until a little bit later. So if let's go back to the case of Amanda and Jesse again. Let's say Amanda gets in her comments by Friday the 13th. And then Jesse doesn't come back and reply to Amanda until maybe Monday the 16th, or Tuesday the 17th. That's absolutely fine, everybody. Just as long as it's relatively close to the February 15th date. But again, all these due dates in black, these refer to the due dates for your original comments. But in terms of your replies to others, you can do that any time after these due dates. All right, let's go ahead and get into the form right here, and let's take a look at a thread that I already started here for you. Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead and take on the role of group leader for everybody. So in the History 108 class, I had it where people were I asked people from the class who wanted to be a group leader. That is, you go around and you ask everybody in the group, okay, who wants to cover question 6? Who wants to cover question 9? Francisco, you take number 2. Abdul, you take number 4. Blah blah blah, that type of thing. So I had mixed results with that. So I'll go ahead and take on the group leadership roles, so to speak, for all of the groups, all of the forms. So what I'll do is I'll start a thread. So again, right here, this is me as in the instructor role. I started the thread in which I say, okay, please inform me of your question choices. So let's go ahead and open this up. And let's see what I wrote, and basically what I mentioned just right now, I have that here. So what happens is when you go into the form for the first time and you're ready to answer a question, let's say that you want to answer question 2, all you need to do is click reply to my thread here. Click reply to the opening statement of the thread. Okay, and then type in your message. So again, I'm writing to myself. I'm writing to Oscar Cañedo, the instructor, but I'm Oscar Cañedo, the student. So let me go ahead and just write something quickly here. Profesor, I'd like to cover number 6, and then gracias or thank you. Okay, you get the idea. You don't have to put gracias or thank you or dankeschön or obrigado in Portuguese, but you get the idea. So again, when you're ready to choose a question, reply to my opening thread first. Let me know what question you want. So just click submit. Okay, and there's my response to my opening thread, my opening question, and then so again, just follow the same procedure and indicate which question you want to do. Ideally, I want everybody to choose different questions. So let's say questions 1 through 6 fill up, and Muhammad comes in. Muhammad maybe wants to do question 5, but that's already been taken. So ideally, I would want Muhammad to take anything from question 7 through question 10. So I know we might have a bit of a problem in that there are 10 questions and there are about 15 people. So if we start doubling up on a couple of questions, that won't be any problem. But again, ideally, fill up all the questions first. Claim the questions first, and then if we run out of questions, then just go ahead and write and say, Professor, I see where Amanda chose question 2, but I'd like to answer question 2 as well. And then I'll write back and say, okay, sure, that's fine. Go ahead and work on it. There's plenty for everybody, so to speak. All right. So again, after you read my opening statement here, and then you reply and say, Professor, I'd like to cover question 5, question 6, and then you click OK. Yeah, what happens is the reply doesn't begin a new thread. It's just part of the post within this original thread. But what happens now is that after you've posted your claim and you say, Professor, I want to do number 5, I want to do number 7, and I'll write back to you and say, okay, absolutely, go ahead and check it out. Then go ahead and come back into the forum, click create thread. Okay, and then right in the subject, go ahead and write, here's my response to number 6. Okay, and then you go ahead and just write your message. I felt that Allende did a masterful job, blah blah blah, and so on down the road. Okay, so once you write in your message, once you write in your answers, then go ahead and click submit. Okay, and there we go. So that's how this process gets started. You look at my opening statement first, my opening question, reply to that. Let me know what question you want to do. Wait for me to give you the all clear, the go ahead to check it out, and then come back to the form and then click create thread and then write your answers. And then likewise, again, what I wrote right here, this thing right here, this is the original comment. But then if I want to post a response to this, okay, oh, sorry, wrong one. Okay, yeah, it's actually this one. Oh, here it is. That's right. The older ones are on the bottom, and the newer ones are on the top. Okay. All right. So, okay, and then if someone wants to post a response to this, again, just click reply, and then you could put I agree. This was magnificent work of art, blah, blah, blah. Okay, you get the idea. All right, so again, what I have up here, this is the original comment, and then what's down here, what I'm writing on, this is the reply. So again, everybody, in the forums, make sure that you have at least 5 comments. And by 5 comments, that means a combination of one original comment, which is this right here, and then at least 4 replies to others, and that's this right here. Okay, let's go ahead and click OK, and I'll go ahead and clear this out. So when you enter it into the form, you won't be seeing this, but you get the idea. So so hopefully this video clear things up in terms of how this pattern is going to unfold. Of course, repeat the same again. Group 1, repeat the same process for the for all the other forms again. 4, 7, 10, 13, 16, and 19. Groups 2 and 3, again, just what I have listed here, even though I'm talking to group 1 essentially, just follow the same pattern procedure with, again, for group 2. So you work on chapters 2, 5, 8, 11, 14, 17, and 20. And then for group 3, you work on chapters 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, and finally with 21. All right, so I know this video looks like we're probably clocking in about 20 minutes, so I'll go ahead and stop here. But I hope this clear things up. I hope you have an idea of what you have to do. So any questions or other concerns, obviously let me know. Just go here to Message for Professor, or you can also go into the main discussion board. Yeah, go into the main discussion board in the general forum. But again, for this discussion portion, you don't go into the discussion board. You go into your group settings. So group 1. So whether you're group 1, group 2, or group 3, you're going to see your notifications here in terms of which group you're going to be in. All right, and with that, I think that should pretty much cover everything. So I'm really looking forward to chatting with all of you about this. Again, any questions or concerns, let me know. And I think the next couple of videos that I have for you, I'll actually be appearing. So this will probably be one of the maybe 2 or 3 videos in the course of the semester in which I rely on Camtasia. But if I just have to talk and not really show you anything on Blackboard, then you get to see me and maybe one of my fuzzy friends. All right, everyone, that's it from here, and I'll talk to you guys again very soon.